Hello everyone, my name is Tomilola Adesanya, a brand consultant and a designer. So this morning I'll be talking about how to create an organizational structure. And I believe this is going to help a lot of people, small businesses, entrepreneurs, business owners. I believe it's going to help them a great deal. And just to clear this is not so much about the organizational chart or organogram, no. This is going to be touching on how organizational leaders can align their people, their culture, their systems and structure to delivering or getting value. So, and I believe there are three major things to touch on so that I can drive this point home. The first is motivation, the second is competence, and the third is coordination and collaboration. So, starting with motivation, just like we know, when someone is motivated, they do more. So, motivation I'll call is the feel to getting the job done. So, I'll use a car as an instance. If you have a car, all things being equal, if you don't feel it, it is not going to move. But once you go to the filling station and put some fuel in it, it is going to move and get you to where you're going at no time at all. So motivation is, as motivation is to human beings, fuel is to cars. So we need to be motivated, either being self-motivated or being motivated in the organization. And there's several other factors that can help motivate an individual. But for this video, I'll just be talking about the main points, not narrowing down into it. Maybe for subsequent videos, I'll do that. The second one here is competence. Competence is, for me, is equipping your people to be able to get the job done. We need to equip ourselves. Organizations need to equip their staff. But, I mean, this is always an ongoing conversation in any organization. And the employees are not usually excited about this part of the conversation. But my advice to anyone out there working anywhere is, don't wait for your organization to equip you. Equip yourself. The duty, you owe it to yourself to equip yourself. Eventually, when you're a better person, when you are a person of higher value and higher standards, you owe it to yourself. And let it be said that no man brought you here. I'm just kidding. But if your organization takes you for training, you should go. You should attend to it. And I believe from the business owner's point of view, I believe when you're training anyone, you should have some contracts or agreements, because some people have been burnt in the past. Some entrepreneurs have been burnt in the past. They will train people and, it's a story for another time. But do well to equip yourself as an individual. You owe it to yourself. And as organizations, when you're equipping your staff, have an agreement with them, have a contract with them, and tell them your expectations of them, even when they go for these trainings and courses. Now, the third one is coordination or collaboration. As business owners, we need to create an enabling environment for our staff or for our people. I mean, when the environment is enabling, definitely the job is going to be done in a very, very good fashion. So to get value out, we need to be able to create an enabling environment. And let's not forget, every business that exists out there is set to create value one way or the other. And as a brand, we all have a promise to keep. So let's not forget that we are out there trying to give value to our end users. Be it a product or be it a service, we are out there trying to give value to our end users. So before I close, I'll be talking about leading a scaling scope. Let me just leave the definition, but leading a scaling scope in this regard will be that once all these systems, these three things, once they've been settled in your immediate environment, you could be running from your boys' quarters, you could be running from home, but once you have all these three things sorted, then it's easier for you to scale. I mean, as business owners, we all desire to scale at some point. So when that move is right or due, you can easily scale because you've already sorted out these three things. So imagine you have a branch at Yanopaja and a branch on the island. The people on the island, they don't even need you to be there. Or the people on the mainland, they don't need you to be there. But because there is a culture that is being imbibed in everyone, there is a culture that is resident on everyone's inside, they can do what is expected of them to do to be able to give value to their customers eventually. So that is why all these three things are very, very important. Also, lastly, I believe there are three questions that you need to answer. They are not questions that are serious, they're always out there, but they're very, very important. The first is, what value do we seek to create? What value do we seek to create? So as an organization, definitely you need to be sure of what you're selling. Once you're sure, then you can now go to the next question. How do we intend to create this value? So how do we intend to create this value? So we need to be able to ask ourselves, now, this is the value we want to create, but how do we create it? We want to create biscuits. We want to create perfumes. How do we create it eventually? So I believe this is a stage where a lot of information needs to be gathered. We need to read books. We need to talk to our mentors, though for those that have mentors. We need to be able to read books, get information online to be able to sort out this particular question. Then the third one is, who do we choose to create this value for? The popularly known phrase for this is, who is your target audience? So we need to know why, how, and who we are creating it for. These questions are very, very important. I mean, we never outgrow this question. No matter how big we are in business or no matter how much money we are making, we never outgrow these questions. So it is something that keeps that we need to keep responding to. It's a question that we need to keep asking ourselves per time. Thank you very much, and I believe you can apply these principles or these tips, to your business. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Thank you very much, and see you some other time. My name is Tomilola Adesanya. Thank you very much.